Okay, Sunday, 13th of October, 2024. So Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Study Sunday. Be more. The risk of overcomplicating things. So this is a very interesting phenomenon I've subtly noticed between me and someone else that I'm working with on a certain project. As we are learning about this certain project, certain theme, that theme is unimportant. But I suddenly noticed that in this individual, that he was overcomplicating a lot of things, a lot of topics with regards to study, where we're looking for a certain outcome, we're trying to go for that over there. But I noticed that other people who have not done as much study or as research in general have already got it, already achieved what we're working towards. So I subtly suspected, sensed that some people in life would be overcomplicating certain things as they try to achieve whatever. X, Y, Z doesn't matter, immaterial. So I subtly noticed that. So I think maybe as a rule of thumb in life, we have to be careful when we overcomplicate things in the pursuit of our goals, because sometimes maybe the simplest solution could be the answer, maybe the simplest idea or proposition, whatever else, could be a plausible, viable strategy. Now, by all means, we want to be learning, always growing and learning more about the world and whatever else. I discovered something interesting recently that I want to investigate much more. But at the same time, we risk overcomplicating things in life. I want to achieve X or Y or Z. Okay, so what's the quickest, easiest path? The path of least resistance, so the minimal effort needed to achieve X or Y or Z, to achieve that over there. Okay, then within reason, as a practical matter, because I like to be pragmatic and down to earth, that might be a viable strategy. Keeping things simple in order to achieve what you want. If I want to go over there, literally over there, what's the simplest path to achieve it? Oh, it's over here, left, right, and etc. Very nice. So I think in life, we have to be careful, as a rule of thumb, not to overcomplicate stuff. Because we risk getting lost in the minutiae. We risk not being able to see the forest from the trees. And we risk overcomplicating things unnecessarily and possibly even going into the realms of analysis paralysis, where we've studied and thought about something so much, we end up taking no action because of fear or doubt, insecurity, you name it. So I think sometimes in life we have to keep things simple. Now the real question with that is what and when and how. I've got no real answer for that just yet. Maybe in a few months or a year or something, I don't know. But right now, I couldn't tell you exactly. But that's something subtle I've noticed about life. Careful of not overcomplicating things. I like to keep things simple. I like to be pragmatic. I like to think practically. If there's something if it's something that I have or gives me the result, what is that thing? Okay, can we do it again? If so, great. And that's it. We have a workable strategy to achieve what we want. By all means, we could elaborate and expand and whatever else, but at the same time, we have to be careful not to overcomplicate things. We risk getting lost in the minutiae and we risk overcomplicating things. I have some certain business strategies here and there, one or two things that are making, well, profitable, let's say. But I'm thinking, how can I expand it without overcomplicating it? By all means, if I complicate it and it's still simple in my mind and still straightforward, perfect, amazing, great. Because we want complicated things because it means we have a distinct advantage. But sometimes in business, in life, and you name it, relationships and beyond, we might want to keep things simple. Keep it simple. There's a famous saying in business, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. I generally agree. And then it's worth saying, well, what can we simplify? Not simplify to a fault, but what's the minimal viable product to achieve X or Y or Z? As I mentioned in this business thing I have on the side elsewhere, I noticed that certain things are working. So then I say, right, well, there's a pattern. These certain trajectory, these certain data points, let's find a pattern, a commonality, and expand upon it and create more of that, whatever's working. Again, I like to be goal orientated, not so much task orientated, and looking at end result. If it's working, do more of that. Not to overcomplicate things. Again, we can complicate it, but we have to keep it within the realms of our understanding and comprehension. Otherwise we get lost in the weeds. That's very important. But yes, I suddenly noticed that, not to overcomplicate things in life. Otherwise, we risk getting lost in the minutiae, and we potentially suffer analysis paralysis. We learn and take in so much data, we are stunned, we are paralyzed by what to do. That's interesting. And I've noticed other people that would have achieved the same thing that I will be studying for as a practical matter, how to achieve this, they would have taken applied fewer strategies and fewer techniques, and yet still achieved it. And yet here I am thinking and planning and pondering and strategizing, and yet someone else has achieved what I want already. Again, I'm being pragmatic. So then in that case, and in that scenario, I noticed there's a risk. There's an inherent risk in everything in life of overcomplicating things. So maybe sometimes we want to keep things simple. What, how, and when? Don't know just yet. But one thing I do know is that the world is complicated. Don't be so narcissistic. I did a video about that months ago. The world is complicated. Don't be so narcissistic. And I'm sure this topic here ties in with that one in some way. How? I don't fully know yet. Maybe I might know in 6 months after more thinking, planning, research, whatever else. But that's an interesting concept in life, not to overcomplicate things. If something's working, great, keep doing it again. Double down and expand it. Make it complicated. Make it more complicated within the realms of your competence. That's very important. And then at the same time, you could say, expand your competence as well, so you can do more and more complex things in life. Very, very important. So you can do more and have more and achieve more. Priceless, absolutely priceless. Yeah. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. You will see me tomorrow.